practicing homeopathy very successfully in Jaunpur. Uh, Today he will acute diseases and German new medicine concept and homeopathy, the relation of GNM and homeopathy. Uh, so from here we are welcoming you all to this online session. Uh, at the last of this session, we will be having an interactive session in which we will be answering all your questions. I request all the viewers, audience to kindly raise your hand if you have any doubt or query, and later we will be answering to all your queries. And there is a request that kindly jot it down all your queries, and please do not write your queries in chat box because it becomes very difficult to respond immediately. So at the last we will be having an interactive session, and in that we will be discussing and resolving all the queries. Now I am switching this session to Dr. Pratik Mishra. Sir, please, you can start. Hello. Sir, please, you may
Okay.
start by
Hello.
listening me.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes,
My voice is coming?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Very good evening to all my fellow homeopaths and health workers and the people from our country and from abroad. I welcome especially to Dr. C.J. Varghese sir, who is a prominent homeopath in India, and he is the pioneer of German new medicine in India. I also welcome Dr. Gayatri Devi, and I welcome Dr. Sajini from London, United Kingdom. So my purpose is basically to present a webinar in this Corona pandemic situation to understand its approach, our approach of homeopathy and approach of German new medicine for acute diseases and especially Corona pandemic. So homeopathy and German new medicine, which is a boon to mankind for acute diseases like Corona pandemic. So I first want to take blessings from my parents. Uh, I want to take blessing from Dr. Hahnemann, who was a German physician who invented a new mode of treatment which is called homeopathy. He discovered nature's law of cure. Now I would like to take blessing from Dr. Reiki Georg Hammer, who was a German physician. He worked on cancer patients especially. He discovered 5 biological laws of nature. He evolved a new approach in medicine, which he called German New Medicine. I want to take blessing from my guru, Dr. Praful Vijayakar, who is a very prominent homeopath, and he has evolved homeopathy and has given it its scientific understanding. So, friends, first I would start with what are the diseases. Diseases is basically to feel dis-ease. We can classify diseases into 2 basic parts. One is acute disease and second is chronic disease. Acute disease or disorder, it is a disorder that lasts a very short time, comes on rapidly, and is accompanied by distinct symptoms. It is either removed by itself or it can lead to death. Whereas chronic diseases are a disease of rather long duration, which go on increasing day by day and cannot be removed by its own, even by the most robust constitution or by healthy diet and exercise. So here our approach is to understand acute diseases. So acute diseases can be classified into 5 types. One is individual disease. Individual disease is that disease which affects us individually in a population. Whereas sporadic diseases, when few people in different geographical location suffer from similar disease, but few people are suffering, like there is a chicken pox here and there and every other part of the globe. So that is sporadic disease. Endemic diseases are those diseases which affect a large population but in a limited geographical area. Like I am residing in Jaunpur, and if many people are being affected with some disease in Jaunpur, that will be an endemic disease. An epidemic disease is when most of the population in a large geographical area is being affected. Like in a country, if in a country very most of the population is suffering from similar signs and symptoms are with a similar disease, that is epidemic disease. And this epidemic disease becomes pandemic if it affects the whole globe, means every country in the world. And corona is a type of disease which is affecting at this time our whole globe. So corona is a pandemic acute disease which we are facing at this time. Now the thing is important ki, why acute diseases occur, the etiology of acute diseases. We can broadly classify it in four types. The etiology. First is injury. We can get an acute disease by got injured, like by accidents, like by having some heat injury, cold injury, burn injury, or any kind of injury can give us some symptoms uh, when we feel dis-ease. Second is poisoning. Poisoning is a kind of thing we understand what is poison, but poisoning it may be of various types, like animal poisoning, like snake bites and all that. That and any type of food which is spoiled and we take it and we feel there is a poisonous substances going inside us, and that may make us ill. And very important, poisoning is from drugs. Drugs is especially when we use some medicines that can cause uh, poisonous effects in our body. Third etiology is malnutrition. Malnutrition are the deficiency diseases. When we do not get proper carbohydrate, protein, fat, minerals, vitamins, then we get malnutritive diseases. If we take that in our food, if we correct our environment, then this malnutrition get corrected. But now the most important aspect of etiology of acute diseases and diseases in general also is due to emotional conflicts. Emotional conflicts are the things which we face in our daily life. It is especially important for human beings that we got many stresses in our life, and those stresses which are very shocking, very unexpected, can give us disease. And it is very important revelation by Dr. Hammer, who developed German New Medicine. And I want to talk something about German New Medicine. Uh, in German New Medicine, emotional conflicts are called biological conflicts. So this was discovered by Dr. R.G. Hammer, the 5 biological laws of natural healing. Dr. Hammer discovered this. He said the differentiation between the psyche, the brain, and the body is purely academic. In reality, they are one. That means we think that our body got affected and mind did not. This does not happen. Our psyche, that is mind, our brain, and our body got affected at the same time due to some sudden emotional conflict. Now, the understanding and learning German New Medicine removes fear of diseases, and in fact, it is the only remaining space of freedom in this chaotic world. And you can learn this German New Medicine from a website beautifully procreated by the direct disciple uh, by Miss Caroline Marklin, who developed this website, learninggnm.com. She resides in Austria and is constantly working to develop this website to make German New Medicine very to be understandable in an easy way. So you can learn it from there. Now I would like to briefly introduce the biological laws. Uh, the first biological law state that every disease, here called significant biological spatial program, originates from a DHS. DHS is Dirkhammer syndrome. That is the shocking, unexpected crisis we face at some time, which is an unexpected, highly acute, and isolating conflict shock that occurs simultaneously in the psyche, the brain, and on the corresponding organ. The content of the conflict determines which organ will be affected and from which area of the brain the spatial biological program will be controlled. And every spatial biological program runs synchronously on the level of the psyche, the brain, and the organ. Now, the second biological law states that every spatial biological program runs in two phases, provided there is a resolution of the conflict. And first phase is conflict active phase, second phase is healing phase. This is the chart of two phases, and if you can uh, uh, if you try to understand, there is a normal balance state, that is normotonia, during when we are healthy, when we have no problems. So during night phase there is vagotonia, means our body is relaxed and in vagotonic phase, and during daytime it is in sympathicotonic state, that is in the state of stress. But when there DHS is sudden conflict shock. When it occurs, our body goes into prolonged sympathicotonic state, day and night both. So it is this type of thing, which is I am moving in my follow my cursor. Only in sympathicotonic state we feel restless, we feel sleepless, our mind constantly dwells on the stress which we faced at the time of DHS, and we try to resolve the problem, to solve the problem. And when this conflictolysis, CL is conflictolysis, when this occurs, our body goes into healing phase. And during healing phase, our body is at the most time in vagotonic state. We feel dullness, we feel weakness, we feel we want to eat more, and the mind is relaxed now. There is two phases of this healing phase also, post-conflictolysis A and post-conflictolysis B phase. In A phase, there is edema and swelling in the affected organ, and during PCL B phase, there is scarring. And when this occurs, the healing completes and person becomes okay. But during healing phase, there is a short period of reactivation of conflict and uh, strengthening or increasing of symptoms, intense symptoms, and that is called epileptoid crisis. Here we can face intense fever, high grade fever, we can face heart attacks, we can face brain hemorrhages, we can face status epilepticus, means epileptic fits. And so the medicines are being required during epileptoid crisis phase. But if epileptoid crisis is a very short and small duration, there will be no problem. But during a very strong shocking conflict, the epileptoid crisis might be very strong, and we must be very alert. So there is two phases, that is conflict active and healing phase. And when healing phase completes, the healing is completed. Now the third biological law states that we have different germ layers, ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. This is related with in brain, different parts of brain are related with different parts of germ layer, and these parts are related with our controls, brain's part controls different organ systems. These different organ systems respond with are the whole germ layer, brain, and organ system is related with different type of conflicts. So if we can understand the type of conflict, or if we can understand, if we see that a particular organ system is being affected, we can understand what type of conflict a person might had suffered in past. So we can ask and we can tell patient to resolve its conflict or to downgrade its conflict. So ectoderm is related with skin epidermis. It is related with separation conflict. Mesoderm is related with old mesoderm is related with attack conflict. It controls dermis, pleura, pericardium, and the brain portion is cerebellum. New mesoderm is related with muscles and bones, and it is very much related with self-devaluation conflict. When we feel insulted, suddenly feel shock from insult, or feel devaluated suddenly, then our muscles and bones got affected. So we can ask from to a patient what devaluation has he suffered in past. So like way we can take help in healing through GNM therapy, or in homeopathy just try to find out what was his sensitivity. Now the endoderm brainstem is related with lungs, alimentary canal, uterus, prostate, and it is related with the conflict, death fright conflict, morsel conflict, procreation conflict. And interestingly, the corona pandemic, where lungs are being affected, it is related with death fright conflict. This is basically the diagnosis shock. You are being told that you are corona positive, and you feel that suddenly that now I can be in trouble, in much trouble, or I might can die. That means that death fright conflict can lead to pneumonia in lungs, or ARDS, acute respiratory distress syndrome. So the knowledge of this third biological law is very important. We can pinpoint the cause of the disease of the patient in order to understand ourselves and to our patients. And this is the compass of German New Medicine. There is a this is very important chart. You can learn it from learninggnm.com. This thing is very important. This is the crux of German New Medicine. If you learn this properly, you can understand different type of pathology occurring in a patient. So I'm not going to detail to make detail of this thing, but you can go and read it. You will find many answers. Now, fourth biological law states that microbes do not cause diseases, but play instead a vital role during the healing phase. My dear friends, our body is being guarded at many levels, and no microorganism can enter in our body without permission of our body. So that means when our body permits microorganisms, it can get enter during healing phase to assist body. It might be that there may be poisoning by microorganisms. If you take spoiled food in a large quantity and you get disease, that is case of poisoning. But in general, we do not got diseased by the microorganisms. Microorganisms may most of the times help to recover our body, and mistakenly by mistake we give such a type of drugs which kill these microorganisms, and then the healing is being prolonged. It becomes hanging healing, and many a times patient gets suffer more and more in long duration. The disease might have solved at acute state, but it becomes complicated again and again after receiving many antibiotics or steroids or other very powerful drugs. So it is very important to understand that microbes do not cause diseases, but play instead a vital role during the healing phase. So this removes the fear of being caught into infections. Now the fifth biological law, which is the summary of biological laws, that every so-called disease is part of a significant biological special program of nature created to assist an organism, humans and animals alike, during unexpected distress. And my dear friends, nothing in nature is meaningless, malignant or diseased. Now regarding corona pandemic, what is the GNM approach? Based on the fourth biological law, microbes do not cause diseases, but play instead a vital role during the healing phase. This also applies to viruses if they exist, because there is a controversy among virologists.
I request.
Hello? There is a very controversy in virologists regarding existence of viruses. So, if viruses exist, disease-causing viruses exist, then still it is a healing phase when we get symptoms. Based on the two phases of every biological special program, infections cannot be transmitted to another person since the symptoms, that is fever, nasal discharge, coughing, are already healing symptoms. Thus, it is rather the fear of the disease that is contagious than the infection itself. This line is very important, that the fear of the disease that is contagious than the infection itself. The symptoms of the coronavirus infection range from common cold symptoms to respiratory symptoms. In GNM terms, related to a scent conflict, that is smelling danger or a threat, and a territorial fear conflict, a fear in one's domain. My dear friends, you can remember the migration of laborers, that is related with territorial fear conflict, and what type of distresses they face when they move from one place to another place, that is smelling danger, scent conflict. So the people who are sensitive about these things, these type of conflicts, will get symptoms during healing phase. This fever, coughing, or including pneumonia also, that will be in healing phase. If they are not being treated properly, they might they might die, they might get in more trouble. So understanding is very important. And a concurrent abandonment conflict, being put in quarantine, separation from loved ones, existence conflict, that my life is at stake, fear of losing one's livelihood, or hospitalization conflict involving the kidney collecting tubules, which we call the syndrome. Syndrome is like a thing that our kidney is affected and our lungs are also affected. So when this type of many symptoms arises in our body, then our body is not many times able to solve it by its own. So it might cause pneumonia, and a big fear can lead to death during epileptoid crisis stage. So the understanding is very important, that how we have to deal it. So the management of acute diseases by Dr. Hammer's approach, that we call GNM therapy. What should we do? That is, the first is we must make a patient understand the conflict, what he has suffered from or what he is suffering, and to make patient understand conflict active phase and healing phase. And then we have to resolve the conflict or downgrade the conflict by discussing with the person or the patient or with our family members, how can he resolve or downgrade the conflict, and then to advise for to take ample rest, healthy diet, plenty of fresh water, fresh air, adequate exercise, and proper recreational activities with family and friends. Take medication during epileptoid crisis if needed. Complete your emotional healing. Let the mother nature heal you. Let the mother nature heal you. There is no to being feared. Now I'd like to discuss a brief case which was solved with understanding of German new medicine. It is my wife's case. Few months back, she developed earache in her right ear. In morning, suddenly, the pathology was right acute otitis media. Right ear is related with the middle ear and eustachian tube of the right ear, correlate to an ingoing sound morsel and to not being able to catch a sound morsel. So what was the biological conflict? It was previous night, at that time, few months back, I had a quarrel with one of my patients and I got disturbed. I went to my bedroom and instructed everyone not to disturb me. My wife asked me the cause of disturbance, but I only told her to talk later on. This was very unusual for her, as I discussed almost everything with her. I noticed it after half an hour that she looked very annoyed and was not able to sleep properly. So I discussed with her the whole story and convinced her that nothing seriously happened. She felt relief. Next morning, she developed earache in her right side. I understood the conflict and also that she was in healing phase of not able to catch ingoing sound morsel conflict. Now the GNM therapy I gave, I made her aware of the conflict and told her that she was in healing phase. She understood. I instructed her to take rest for some time. After 2 hours, when I returned from OPD, she was smiling and was in kitchen to prepare some food. The special biological program was completed because she understood it properly that she was in healing phase and nothing is serious, nothing to be feared, nothing to be worried. So this with the help of German New Medicine understanding, you can solve cases in your family, in your relatives, in your with your friends. You can discuss with your friends and try to understand what he is suffering, symptoms, and then you can go to the biological conflicts. And if conflicts are being not resolved, you can uh, work with that person, with your loved ones, how to resolve that conflict or downgrade that conflict, and then the person will be healed by nature itself. You might need medicines at the epileptoid crisis time. Otherwise, there are many cases which can be solved with German New Medicine approach alone. Now I would like to discuss this for the GNM part. I would like to come on homeopathic part of acute management of diseases. What is Dr. Hahnemann's approach? Dr. Hahnemann described in his Organon of Medicine in different aphorisms how to deal with acute cases. In aphorism 5, he talks of exciting cause of acute disease. Exciting cause of acute disease means what caused that particular acute disease or acute symptoms. Up to when patient was well and he started showing symptoms of disease, then what was he sensitive to be affected? So that is exciting cause of acute disease. And aphorism 213, he states that the symptoms those relating to the changes in the state of the mind and disposition, this to be taken in acute diseases. Those relating to the changes in the state of the mind and disposition. And in aphorism 153, he talks of characteristic signs and symptoms, that is PQRS symptoms, that is peculiar, queer, rare and striking symptoms, not common symptoms of disease, but the symptoms which are individual symptoms which are not be expected, which are not to be expected in that particular disease, that are peculiar, queer, rare and striking symptoms are to be considered in acute case. Then you can solve the case very easily. And now I would like to discuss some modern homeopathic approach, which is of predictive homeopathy approach, which was evolved by our guru, Dr. Praful Vijayakar sir. He understood miasm as defense mechanism. And we can defend our body in 3 ways: soric, psychotic and syphilitic. Soric is inflammatory or physiological defense. Psychotic is constructive or lessening defense. Syphilitic is degenerative or destructive defense. And we develop symptoms according to our miasm. What strength we have, which type of reaction we have in our body, we develop symptoms and we can categorize the rubrics of our repertory according to the miasm. There are soric rubrics, psychotic rubrics, syphilitic rubrics. Now, sensitivity and reaction is important. Sensitivity belongs to our constitution and reaction belongs to our miasm. So, elements from is our sensitivity. So, in acute case, we have to take elements from in many cases are in most of the cases because it shows our sensitivity. We have to address our sensitivity in acute states and in chronic states both. So elements from is our sensitivity, characteristic PQRS symptoms of our miasm, and third is disposition or changes in disposition. My dear friends, this is the crux are very important for the person who is working with predictive homeopathy or in the style of predictive homeopathy. And uh, we are very grateful to Dr. Proful Vijaykar sir to make us understand because it appeals scientifically. Now, management of acute diseases, Dr. Vijayakar's approach. For acute cases, we can categorize acute cases into three types of miasmatic states. And it is important because our approach changes. Case taking approach changes in different type of acute states. First is simple mild to moderate psoric cases like common cold, gastroenteritis, bronchitis, conjunctivitis, urethritis, etc. Second cases, type of cases are severe violent sorosyphilitic cases like dengue fever, severe pneumonia, severe vomiting and diarrhea, acute severe headaches, etc. And third, very important is life-threatening frank syphilitic cases like falciparum malaria, brain strokes, heart attack, acute respiratory distress syndrome, acute renal failures, status epilepticus, etc. So the approach changes with different type of cases. Like in acute simple psoriatic diseases, we have to first take elements from plus changes in physical and mental disposition plus PQRS symptoms. But in acute psoriatic diseases, this changes. We have to first take PQRS syphilitic symptoms. Syphilitic symptoms are being given most priority, and basically these are exaggerated psoriatic symptoms. Like if you are feeling pain aching, it is simple psoriatic thing. But if you are feeling pain lancinating, pain throbbing, this symptom becomes psoriatic symptom. So this symptom will be entry point in acute psoriatic diseases, and then we will take elements from plus changes in physical and mental disposition, and this will give the right clear remedy for that particular acute state. But the strategy changes even more in acute frank syphilitic diseases. We have to take PQRS syphilitic mentals plus PQRS syphilitic physical generals plus PQRS syphilitic particulars. We have to give most importance to this syphilitic symptoms at every level, at mental level, at physical general level, and particular syphilitic particular level. Here also we can take elements from, but this should be syphilitic elements from, like sudden death of, if it is symptoms arising after sudden death of loved ones, this will be elements from syphilitic elements from. So you can see in these three type of the acute diseases, the approach sometimes changes, and if you work with this approach, you will get tremendous result in your practice. Now, modern homeopathic approach related with corona pandemic. So I have categorized the three acute type of diseases regarding corona pandemic, if how we can treat or deal with cases, because every case is not coming to us, but how we can treat mild psoriatic cases, moderate to severe psoriatic cases, and how we can treat frank syphilitic cases. So I have mentioned some remedies. You can add more remedies in it. In mild psoriatic cases like fever, coryza, cough, sneezing, we can think of remedies like aconite, bryonia, gelsemium, Nux vomica, Rustox, Allium cepa, Sabedilla, Wythia, etc. In moderate to severe psoriatic cases, like severe rhinitis cases, severe pharyngitis, severe bronchitis, severe pneumonia, we have to think of remedies like arsenic album, lycopodium, pulsatilla, sepia, phosphorus, merc salt, R-iode, baptisia, etc. You can add remedies according to symptoms. Now, in frank syphilitic cases like acute respiratory distress syndrome, sepsis, or in very severe pneumonia cases, we have to think of the remedies like camphor, veratrum album, entimtart, pyrogen, amyl nitrosum, epicac, lachesis, opium, carbovage, etc. Now, what can be the preventive for corona pandemic? Most of the people want to know what should be the preventive for corona pandemic homeopathically and in general also. So the most important thing what I understand is we should boost our strength. For this, we have to take healthy diet, drink proper water, adequate exercise, recreational activities with family and friends. Second is remove your fear of disease by reading German New Medicine through website learninggnm.com. Take homeopathic treatment as early as symptoms appear. Remedy selected on totality of symptoms is the best preventive for a given case. Some suggestions regarding corona preventive, homeopathic preventive. In the market, the most of the talking regarding remedies is arsenic album by our Ayush ministry, camphor 1M by Dr. Rajan Shankaran. He worked with the cases in Iran. CPR 200 spraying by Dr. Praful Vijaykar sir. Brania 200 by Dr. Pradeep Gupta at Naminath College in Agra. He worked with many corona patients. And I have given many patients gelsemium, and their early stage fever was vanished. So the thing is, these are different remedies with different approaches. But what I feel, what Hahnemann did in his scarlet fever epidemic at the time of Dr. Hahnemann, he gave opium and ipecac to the advanced cases of scarlet fever to treat, and he gave belladonna to prevent the that scarlet fever epidemic at that time. So I think Brania and gelsemium was the remedy of Spanish flu in 1918. So according to your area, your geographical location, homeopaths must sit together and talk together and see what type of fever cases they are dealing with and what is the most common remedy indicated, and that should be given as a preventive. For my patients, I am giving gelsemium 31 dose to the patient as a preventive. Now, a simple acute sorry case I want to discuss. This case is a case of mine friend, physiotherapist, who developed fever of 102 degree Fahrenheit 1 month back. As he was working with patients, he got frightened of corona disease. I took his case on phone. He was feeling very dull, chilly, thirstless, and drooping of eyelids, weakness in legs, and very anxious and anticipatory for his health. I used acute chart of predictive homeopathy and prescribed him gelsemium 1M 1 dose. After 1 hour, fever slightly aggravated and then came down and did not return. And this is acute chart of predictive homeopathy, where changes in disposition of body and mind is being displayed. You can get it from internet. It is available online, and you can use it in your daily practice, in your desk. It helps very much. So here flow chart of acute inactivity, decreased, dullness, chilly, thirstless, and there are the remedies, CPA, gelsemium, and all these remedies. And here I got peculiar symptom of drooping of eyelids during fever, and there was mentioned gelsemium, very important. So the case was being solved. So simple psoriatic cases is being solved with this approach very easily. But acute psoriatic state, if it comes, a case of acute psoriatic case, a case of a young girl named Miss XYZ, aged 22 years. She developed constant irritation since one day. It was after taking some allopathic medicines for some gastric trouble. She was very anxious. She developed similar symptoms 2 to 3 times before menses previously. So I would like to play it.
कोई दवा खाने अंग्रेजी तो नुकसान करके इस तरह हो जाता है दवा खाने का तो खाई से या 2 महीने पहले का दुकान हुआ पैर में थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो गई है मतलब कुछ करता है दिखाई दे प्राथमिक चिकित्सा में डॉक्टर आए वो प्रेसिडेंट कर रहे हैं लोग करने के लिए इन्हीं वजह से सभी 2 महीने से प्रॉब्लम हो गई इसके बाद में लोग ठीक वही डॉक्टर ने कहा लेकिन दवा करने का पूरी तरह से ठीक लेकिन कभी ऐसे होने लगता है खासकर पीरियड समय में बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है पीरियड समय में इतना ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है जिस तरह पीरियड जाने के बाद ठीक हो जाता है अपने आप को लेकिन इसका तो इतना बढ़ गया अभी आ रहा है
So I'm audible. So in this case, what I took as an entry rubric, just a minute, this, what I took as an entry rubric was erectations constant, first rubric. So this is pseudosyphilitic rubric that we get erectations many times, but this erectations got so much that it is constant. This is pseudosyphilitic rubric. So I entered with this rubric. So I took erectations constant. Second was erectations menses before. This was also a peculiar thing in this case. It is PQ symptom. And third was elements from that it was the sensitivity of patient, that sensitiveness to drugs. And with this approach, I got a remedy, Pulsatilla 200, and I gave it 3 doses every half hour in OPD. She felt very much relief in 1 hour. Later on, she was analyzed chronically and prescribed graphitis to complete the cure, because next month she again developed this type of thing. But then I take the case chronically and I found that the symptoms at deep level corresponding to graphitis, and after giving graphitis these acute episodes start vanishing and did not return, and she was very much cured. The follow-up after 1 hour in my clinic, I would like to show. This was the follow-up.
कितने बजे स्टार्ट करते हैं उसको कल कब से शुरू हुई थी
शाम को दोपहर तक 3 बजे शुरू हुआ
3 बजे से लगातार आ रही थी तब से
रात में सो रही थी तब से
लगातार आ रही थी ग्रुप को क्या सुबह उठी सब तब से
थोड़ा देर ठीक था उसके बाद फिर से लगातार
कुछ खाने के बाद कैसा था जब चालू हो गया तो उसमें खाना खाओ तो कैसा रहता
भूख भी नहीं लगेगी कुछ खा रही कल सुबह का खाना खाया
अभी खाने का मन कर रहा है पानी पीने का
हल्का फुल्का
पानी भी खा
कुछ भी पेट में चला जाए तो खाना बन जाता है
तो पहले डोज दिया था उससे दर्द कम हुआ तो डकार आई नहीं तरह था वैसे आ रही दूसरी वाली खाने के बाद कितनी देर बाद डकार बन रहे बंद हो गए
एकदम से बंद भी नहीं हुआ है हल्का से लगातार नहीं बार बार जैसे लगातार नहीं आ रहा है कुछ देर पे आ रहा है
So dear friends, this was the case. which was solved because I took the rubric, entry rubric, adaptations constant, and these two things. This was the approach in Soros diseases. Now, the last case I would like to discuss is of acute frank syphilitic case. Here our approach again some changes, that here we do not bother about changes in disposition or ailments from much. We search for syphilitic symptoms. So this case is of an old man, Mr. XYZ, aged 83 years. He presented in semi-conscious state and brought by his relatives. He developed this condition suddenly 10 days back. After CT scan, it showed brain hemorrhage. He was taken to hospital for surgery, but operation was denied due to some cardiac issues. He lost his control over his urine and stool. So I would like to present this condition in video.
और कोई चीज जैसे बताना चाह रहे हैं मेमोरी लॉस नहीं हो जाती है, तो मेमोरी लॉस हो जाती है, उसकी प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती है। डॉक्टर साहब दिखाएं, डॉक्टर साहब का कहा था देखकर इस तरह ये कुछ अगर ठीक है, कुछ नहीं, कुछ दर्द कर रहा है, दर्द कर रहा है कुछ तो पिला था बल्कि 70 तारीख को जरूर गिर गए थे, उसमें जाके सर चोट बड़ी आई।
कैसे गिरे थे?
ये लड़का वाले ने तो भाई उनको मेरा चक्कर आया तो गिर गए थे।
So this was the case. In this case, what I took as an entry rubric, I just tried to search what was the syphilitic thing, what was the destructive or abnormal thing in this case. So I inquired what he did before getting this condition. So his nephew said that he was insisting again and again that all his property, his bank account should be transferred to his nephew who was caring for him. And the patient was saying that he is going to die soon and just make all my property, all my money to be transferred to his nephew. This was strange for me, because why he is developing this kind of thing, because most of the persons do not show this type of thing, and it is also a syphilitic kind of thing, thinking of death without any much causes. So I took entry rubric as death presentiment of near seems and must settle affairs. And second rubric I took is anguish driving him from places to places. And third rubric, which is syphilitic particular, is apoplexy after. Apoplexy is a term in our repertory for brain hemorrhage. So with these three rubrics, I arrived at a remedy that was arsenic album, and I gave arsenic album 201 dose. And my dear friends, he became conscious and regained his control over urine and stool just in 3 days. I want to show the follow-up.
नींद अभी भी कम, नींद नहीं आती है लगभग, और भूख तो मान लीजिए नहीं है, भूख जैसा ले रहे हैं।
और कोई तकलीफ?
जैसे एक ये जैसे 2-3 दिन सोच रहे हैं हमें ज्यादा दवाई देंगे, क्यों क्या ऐसे जीएस का फायदा जाएगा, अभी हाल में कहा जाता है ये असर करता रहे, लेकिन अब ना सर और हमारा दूसरी साइड में था सिंपल का तो रामदेव वाला जो राव के इस तरह का ये सब बात दवा वाला रोटी दाल चावल कुल खाते रहे में भी असर है। अरे जहां तक मान तो आ जाए सर, आप करिश्मा है आगे कहते हैं पहले साहब 3 किलोमीटर सवेरे रोज जाते हैं,
अच्छा फिर चल पाएंगे बाद में। अभी फिर चलेंगे अभी 3 किलोमीटर।
फिर चल रहा 15 दिन जा जाकर फिर चल इसे ना वैसे 15 दिन और संतोष भाई हमें ले चला है हम डॉक्टर से पूछो हम कहते आज पापा के लोग ने ले जाओ या नहीं तो परेशान करते हैं
जब कह ले आई।
हां वही मैं हम कर ले चलते अच्छा राइट से आए।
So friends, this was the case and that was a very wonderful improvement. So the very interesting thing, so the interesting thing was one very interesting thing was is that patient in follow-up said that he wanted poison in order to not to survive in this state. And the interesting thing is what I gave the remedy was arsenic album, which is a poisonous substance. That is a kind of not that it is a coincidence that what he said. And I gave arsenic album 200 and he improved remarkably and he lived 1.5 years after my remedy and he died peacefully in sleep 1.5 years after due to some ailments. He was in follow-up with me I think for 6 months or 8 months and he became very normal. So dear friends, this is the scope of homeopathy and what I told German new medicine, if we work in this way, most of the acute ailments and chronic ailments also can be solved very easily. So with this thing, I end my presentation. Thank you very much for hearing me patiently. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Now we will be starting interactive session, and you all can ask your questions. Dr. Mallika God. Sir, are you there?
Okay, I guess he has left this.
Okay, I guess he has left this room.
Hopefully today's
session was very informative for all of us, as we all are homeopath. Most of us are homeopath. But today we have learned some new method of treatment of GNM. Actually, I was very excited. I have heard many a number of times from Dr. Pratik Mishra sir, but today I got to learn this, and especially this phase of healing and a special biological program in which his wife was having otitis media, and she was suffering from otitis media, and he cured through that method. So this is the one new method we all have learned today. If there is any question from any of the audience, you can please ask here. You can raise your hand and we will resolve your issues. I request our host, Mr. Anubhav Mishra ji, to please allow them to speak.
Yeah, they can unmute themselves and speak. Who want to raise a question, go into the participant. In your screen there is an option participant, and in that particular participant option you can raise your hand. If you raise your hand, then we can unmute you, or directly you can unmute yourself and raise your question. I think it's a KK Jain. He is raising his hand, so I am unmuting him. So you are not unmuted right now. In your screen there is option. Yeah, yes. Right now you are. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you are audible.
The question is all in 3 cases. The rubrics taken were not clear. In all the three cases, rubrics taken were not clear. There is a question on the board panel, sir.
Okay. Just I would like to show to Dr. Jain, in the case of constant erectations, the rubric was taken itself, erectations constant.
Yes, sir.
अरे 6 को बड़ा इसमें कहीं
अगर होती तो मैं यहाँ हो गया
6 को बड़ा इसमें कहीं
Sir,
Erectations constant, in the case of constant erectation case,
yeah.
and in the case of brain hemorrhage case, the rubric was taken as, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, the rubric was death presentiment of
Yeah.
must settle affairs.
Must settle affairs.
Yeah, there is
There is
mainly,
a prominent remedy of petroleum, sir.
yeah, the petroleum remedy, but in latest complete repertory, arsenic and medorinum is also being added.
Right, sir.
So that was very important to use repertory, latest repertories also, because if I have given petroleum, I don't know what might have happened.
Right.
But with the case was basically of arsenic, and later on I analyzed chronically also it turned out to be arsenic patient.
What
So
was the third rubric, sir?
third rubric was apoplexy after. Apoplexy after.
Okay.
Second rubric was anguish driving places to places. Means he was restless. He does not want to sit at one place, and he was just moving constantly.
Sir, in first case rubrics.
And in first case, what I took, I did not. I just only thought of changes in disposition. The thing was that patient was dull, chilly, thirstless, and he was having heavy eyelids, drooping of eyelids, and that gave me the remedy Gelsemium.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I think your query is resolved.
You are told in case number 2 only one rubric.
No, 3 rubrics: constant erectations, erectations menses before,
Okay, sir.
and sensitiveness to drugs, because most of the times she took allopathic drug, she developed the condition of constant erectations.
Right, sir. Thank
That
you very
was
much.
elements from. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome.
So I think one raised hand is Karthiani Shekhar. So I am
Dr. Karthiani Shekhar is there.
Yeah. So I am sending her request to. Yeah, she.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Sir, I'm very new to GNM.
Okay.
So what's the role of therapy in GNM? What do you mean by that?
That is important question. Very good question. If we can understand the conflict behind a particular problem, we can make patient understand why he suffered with this problem, and then the patient might understand the problem and can go for the resolution of that conflict. That's like that. If we understand that I have self-devaluated conflict, so then if we understand, then I can change my perception, or I can resolve the issue with the person I am facing this type of conflict. Or many type of ways it could be to resolve conflict, and then we go into healing phase, and then we can understand that if what pain, what swelling, what type of symptoms I am experiencing is the symptom of healing phase, then we will not be worried. We will take ample rest. If we need some medicine, we can take, but that is going to be completed in certain time, and we will be all right. So this is the understanding of German New Medicine, that it removes the fear of disease and fear of suffering. Okay, got you? You have to study German New Medicine from website thoroughly.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
Sir, one more question.
Yeah, Dr. Jain.
Sir, in the beginning, you have said that a COVID patient will have a fear.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, he don't know he is going to have COVID.
No, because fear is developed due to seeing news channels, reading newspapers, and by hearing from friends that when a patient has got COVID symptoms, he might get into trouble. Many times with the authorities also, he had to be hospitalized. He has to go for many type of tests might be, and he has to be quarantined. This fear.
Only after he is trapped.
Yeah, no. The public is being feared that if someone gets corona positive, if you touch someone or if you get in contact with some corona positive patient, you might get affected and you might be in severe trouble. This fear of being in trouble also gets the symptom, the fear of disease.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Any other
So the
person?
next hand is Dr. Shikha Agrawal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, good evening.
Sir, what is the conflict behind the eructation?
Okay. Conflict behind alimentary canal problems like eructations and all these things. This is indigestible morsel conflict. Means something happened which we did not liked and we did not expected, and we did not adapted to those things. It did not digested in our mind, that we were not accustomed or we did not want it. So this can give this type of symptom. In that case of that girl, her family surrounding and her family environment was like this, that she was being pushed for something or being said to do the things she did not wanted to do, and this gave her indigestible morsel conflict. Okay.
So, sir, in that,
Yeah.
yes, sir. So, in that case, can we take a mental symptoms also? Like you
Yeah,
have
definitely.
taken only the physical symptom, no?
Yeah. Actually, because in the acute case, what I took, what was the prominent. But when I take case chronically, I try to understand the patient's mentality, her personality, her emotional symptoms, her physical symptoms in detail. But in acute case, what you have to take, what is most prominent. Are you homeopath, Dr. Sikha?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so in the acute case, you have to take what is the most prominent. If you get that remedy with the most prominent case, that will be more correct. Now you can see the patient was very anxious, but she was not restless like arsenic. She was restless like pulsatilla. She was mild yielding, and she was responding and telling her symptom in a very polite way. Okay, she was not
Yes, sir.
demanding that way. So that gave the understanding of pulsatilla in that case.
Sir, in a rotation case, can it be a fear?
What fear?
Yeah. Any fear?
Yeah, it might be. Might be. Okay.
So next is Suresh Sampatji. You can start. Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah, Suresh.
What way GNM therapy differs from psychological counseling?
Yeah. This is also a good question. Actually, in psychological counseling, it is thought of psychic conflict, but in German New Medicine, it is biological conflict. So, in psychological counseling, we deal with the problems of mental diseases basically. But in German New Medicine is a holistic concept. You can deal with diseases of physical, mental, and everything. But it differs from psychological counseling in such that it only tries to understand the conflict behind the problem and how a conflict can be solved or resolved, and how can we observe the conflict active state symptoms and healing state symptoms. So if we try to understand, the mother nature is going to heal you. In psychological counseling, we give suggestion and treat patient only on the mental level, and especially for mental diseases. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Suresh.
So next is Dr. Saurabh Pandey.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, Dr. Saurabh, I am hearing.
Sir, please explain the morsel conflict.
Okay. Morsel conflict. What is morsel? Dr. Saurabh is asking about morsel. Morsel is basically a kind of morsel is a type of thing which we take daily, the food, the thing which we take for our nourishment. So this is the meaning of morsel. So the thing which we do not digest or do not take inside for our nourishment is a morsel conflict. Means the things we cannot adjust or adapt at mental level. The morsel conflict at mental level is like that. We do not want to digest the particular thing. Our body is not digesting the bolus, the thing which is being presented or being said is morsel conflict.
And one more question, that
Yeah.
theory, you can heal your life. That theory and this JNM, any
Yeah, just can you repeat your question?
Louis Ray, you can heal your life.
Yeah. That I understand. You want to ask what is the difference between German New Medicine and Louis Hay concept, no?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, Louis Hay and many other type of doctors who gave the psychic conflict behind physical diseases, they were working on the same line. But actually, German New Medicine is a complete scientific understanding related with the diseases and understanding the pathology behind it by reading and understanding the CT scans, brain scans, and understanding 40-50,000 patients by Dr. Hammer. And it is being developed into a very beautiful scientific understanding and a scientific way of treating patients also. So this is different from Louis Ray because he only tells about the cause behind this. But how to deal it with, how to understand it is well marked in German New Medicine.
Okay, means it is scientific elaboration of that.
Yeah, definitely. It is scientific, it is advanced, and it is evolved approach by Dr. Hammer.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Narendra Mohan, sir.
So there is a question in chat box.
Okay.
From Ajit Misra. What about those who caught COVID infection and died on very first phase of its spreading, when there was no such negative news, and even though they were enjoying life, were least bothered about virus, even were not knowing its serious implications? There was no sign, any fear, no conflict, please explain.
So there is no need of neither any medicine nor any advice. Just stay at your home with enjoy your life. There is no problem. Okay, we need only medicine when we get diseased. Yeah, we feel some fear or anything like that.
I think the question is, what about those who caught COVID infection and died on first phase? How can they died?
Why they died in first phase? Okay.
Yeah, first phase.
Yeah. What I want to tell is basically because of wrong treatment. What I understand, if a patient who has got fear of disease, and you may take him to the hospital, and where the treatment which was given or the surrounding area, the patient feels more and more fear and more abandonment feeling that he is being separated from his relatives, his family and friends, and this gives a syndrome. There occurs kidney failure due to this abandonment or hospitalization conflict, and there occurs a syndrome, means your lungs and kidneys are being affected at the same time, because you are being separated from your secured environment to the hospital environment. So the patients who died in early phases were most of the patients of old age, are suffering with the comorbidity, and they were not being treated and worked with the proper way. And these deaths generated fear in many. Further, okay, that is clear.
So there is a question
Yeah.
from Najistha, Dr. Najistha. What is scent conflict?
Yeah, scent conflict is basically when we feel some danger in our environment. Scent is like animals. You see, the animals just sniff, they sniff danger by just smelling the things. We as evolved human beings might smell or think about any danger or any unpleasant thing in our environment, and this is scent conflict. Most of the people get coryza, sneezing when the weather changes. Do you understand what is the unpleasantness? The changes of weather, when you feel cold and suddenly you feel hot, from hot to cold, your body atmosphere is changing, your surrounding is changing, then you feel unpleasantness. This unpleasantness provokes scent conflict, and then we get coryza, running nose in healing phase. Okay, so in healing phase we get symptoms. If you do not take medicine and take simple medicines, this will got over in 1 or 2 days. So scent conflict is basically smelling danger in our environment or feeling unpleasantness. Okay.
There is a question from Dr. Archana Srivardhan.
Okay.
That what repertories you use in your OPDs and clinics?
Yeah, welcome to Dr. Archana. She is a very good homeopathic doctor, and she is a very good learner of German New Medicine, and she teaches very well. Dr. Archana, I am using latest complete repertory, latest version, and there is a very interesting thing. We should use latest repertories because in presentiment of death must settle affairs. In previous repertories, it is being written petroleum as a only remedy, but in latest repertory, arsenic and medorinum is also being added by Dr. Jan Wood. So I use basically complete repertory. I use software of Dr. Jawahar Shah, HomePath.
That is Jomio or Homeopathy?
Yeah, Jomio. I use Jomio, latest version. Yeah. Any other questions?
Sir, any recording available?
So there is a question that what is diagnostic conflict and prognostic conflict?
There is no prognostic conflict. Diagnostic conflict is like this. If you hear suddenly that you have got cancer, so this gives diagnosis shock and can lead to the problems in your body as death fright conflict. That means now I am going to die. This can give rise to the problems in your lungs. If you feel very devaluated after hearing some diagnosis that I have got arthritis and now I will be crippled, I will be bedridden, then this might give you self-devaluation conflict, and your problem might worsen with this because devaluation conflict is related with muscles and joints. So this is an important thing. Diagnostic shock is important, but there is no prognostic conflict. Yeah.
Sir, with us, there is Dr. Praveen Singh. He is lecturer in Ghazipur Homeopathic Medical College, and he is asking question that what are the
separation conflict
we use for separation conflict?
Yeah. There are many rubrics in our repertory for separation conflict. That's like if you read elements from death of loved ones, elements from being separated from your family or with your friends. There is many rubrics you can search out, but the important are the death of loved ones, death of your relatives. This type of rubric you can search in repertory for separation conflict.
There is a question, Dr. Saurabh Deshpande, territorial conflict, how it is related to urinary system.
Yeah. Many times you can think that the animals mark their territory with their urine. Okay, animals mark their territory with their urine, like dog, like lion. So our urinary tract with related with territorial conflict. If you get UTI or if you get chronic urethritis, then you should search what territorial conflict a patient has got in past. Okay, friends. I would like to say, I want to ask to Dr. C.J. Varghese to give some comments about German New Medicine and about homeopathy and the importance of all these in this present Corona pandemic scenario. And I think Dr. Varghese sir should.
Yeah, he is here.
Speak. Okay, sir, please speak.
Friends, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Yeah.
Thank you.
First of all, I extend my wholehearted appreciation and congratulations for Dr. Pratik for the nice presentation, as well as for taking this topic to the masses, I would say. Even though the participants were only 100, it's a beginning. As a beginning, it's a new and adventurous venture, because in the world, GNM or German New Medicine is a new topic. That is why it is called new medicine. It's a new medical science, and therefore it has to be spread for the benefit of the humanity.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Should I start video or?
Yeah, sir. You can.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Now we can see you.
Okay. I was not expecting that I should go in video, therefore. Okay, nice meeting and talking to you all. Nice meeting my friend, Dr. Pratik. I was listening to his class very nicely. He presented it very nicely, and I extend my wholehearted appreciation again. One or two things I wanted to point out that. First of all, I congratulate him for selecting a topic as a boon. Actually, GNM is a boon for mankind. So mankind is going to be benefited a lot, and this is going to be appreciated in the background of this COVID issue, because we will be forced to see the medical scenario in the light of this COVID issue, because we, as Dr. Hahnemann called allopathic system, the conventional system, as allopathy. Dr. Hammer called it old medicine. That means the time of this medicine is obsolete, as I have very often expressed. It has to be limited to a very few conditions called these traumatic conditions, terminal care conditions, and malnutrition, real malnutrition cases or poisonous cases. So all other things have to be considered under the purview of the new medicine. So much scientific, so much comprising, all comprising science is German new medicine. And as a major group of practitioners of medicine, even though we homeopaths are humbled or humiliated to the maximum, we in our heart of hearts know that homeopathy has got a very, very good scope in treating the patients of all types. And German new medicine, when added, our horizon extends to unlimited, because due to historical reasons we had to limit our knowledge as per the teachings happened in our medical colleges. That was a historical thing, that when we formed syllabi, we had to adopt the allopathic medical books, and therefore we were forced to study the allopathic subjects. So as an older or former member of the Central Council of Homeopathy, I always believe, and I have told also, that 80% of what we studied in homeopathy colleges were nothing but conventional medicine knowledge. So they all have to be replaced by German new medicine. The scope of German new medicine for homeopaths is there. When added with German new medicine only, I will repeat, only, that we will be able to comply with the dreams of Dr. Hahnemann expressed in the Organon of Medicine. Because the knowledge of medicine, knowledge of disease is equally important, just as knowledge of medicine. Become completed only with the knowledge of German new medicine. That's my idea. So many of the participants are new for the German new medicine. I request all of them to go back to the website www.learninggnm.com, and that is authored by Caroline Marcolin, a direct disciple of Dr. Hammer himself, and she has spent all her majority of the recent years in her history, that is almost 6 years she spent for the development of the website, and she is maintaining it regularly. And you can have a very beautiful knowledge from that website. So we in India, we under the banner of German New Medicine India or GNM India are following the directions or guidance of Caroline for the learning of GNM. And for the people, for the members or for the delegates who attended this webinar for the first time, or how some of them remarked that they have attending for the first time in a seminar of German New Medicine, or many are hearing German New Medicine for the first time. And my request is, those who are not members of the GNM India already, they may send a request message to any of us, and you will be made a member of the GNM India. We have got 2,600 members as on today in 16 groups. One is exclusively for the Hindi speaking people, a Hindi group also we are maintaining, and exclusively for laymen, that means those who are not medical practitioners, we are maintaining a group called GNM India L. So one exclusive group is for homeopaths alone. So GNM is not for homeopaths, GNM is not for medical practitioners, GNM is for all, because as we get the feedback, there are a lot of members of the GNM India are non-medical people. They are from different walks of life. They are business people are there, housewives are there, teachers are there, bankers are there. And I know Dr. Madhavi is attending this seminar. She is an allopathic dermatologist. She's a very active member of GNM India. So there are about 10 doctors are from the allopathic or the conventional medicine field, and they are all enjoying the new medicine that is offered to the humanity by Dr. Hamad. And members are from different countries also, because we have got members from Canada, we have got members from UK, and Dr. Sajini is here today attending. She is from UK, and many of our senior doctors like Puttada are there. Our beloved admin of GNM India, Archana, is attending. Gayatri Devi, the lady behind all the show, that is also attending. I thank all of them for attending this. This is not the end of it. Dr. Pradeep will be giving more and more simple classes, and he proved himself to be a worthy teacher, a GNM India teacher for the future periods, because he is a young man having enough of knowledge, and I'm very happy that he presented the topic very well. I don't mean to say that everything about the COVID was explained, because some of the questions were like that. See, one thing has to be understood that till this time, if the last 100 years are taken, then we will have to discuss about many of the epidemic or endemic in this way. Many are endemic or epidemic in India, like dengue fever, like that. See, we are in a position to rethink about the veracity of all these things, because the GNM raises the most important question, whether a microbe can cause a disease. And very, very confidently, very convincingly, and very convincingly, GNM says that microbes cannot be the causative organisms of a disease, and they appear only during the healing phase of a disease. About viruses, there are different opinions still there among virologists, among epidemiologists, among politicians, among the rulers of the country about the COVID issue, whether it is a pandemic. About the virus itself, there are differences of opinion. We have been talking about the very convincing understanding of protein particles or the RNA particles of the body excreted from the body cells. through the, of course, through the different cells it can come out, but we are testing the bronchial excreted things, and that is very much similar or looking just like the COVID-19 they explained. They are called exosomes. Exosomes are nothing but the protein particles excreted, and that will vary from time to time, from conflict to conflict, because this time the conflict, the territorial issues were the most prominent thing, as the latest invention or the research made by one doctor, Ayadure, Shiva Ayadure from USA. He has come out with the recent understanding that about 20 countries in the world were having riots and different dissatisfactions. There were so many disturbing issues in the territory issues were in all these countries. So that must have produced these bronchial related issues, ultimately developing pneumonia, etc. So the territorial issues. But as a consequence of this COVID issue, the individuals suffered from territory loss to a highest degree, and that is why every day many deaths are happening in various countries of the world. NRIs, the non-resident Indians who are working outside India, they lost their job, they lost their territory, they lost their income, and they were suffering, and therefore a large number of heart attacks are now in the news, and everything can be explained under the new medical science of GNM, and I can assure you all a very satisfactory knowledge system included in the German new medicine. Therefore, I request all of you to spread this knowledge. First of all, to learn this very well, make it your own, and make it a very useful science for your own health, first of all, to remain strong and healthy, and to make your family members, your dear and near ones healthy, and got time and energy and money and all, you can spend your resources for the benefit of the humankind. So we in GNM India are working together for the benefit of the world, for the beneficial outcome of the world. We are all committed to serve the humanity by offering the knowledge or the research work of Dr. Hammer. I thank you for your patient hearing. I thank Dr. Pratik for giving me an opportunity to speak, and the organizers also. Okay, bye. And
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good night.
Thank you, sir, for your these valuable things regarding, and we are always seeking help and seeking your advice in all German new medicine and homeopathy. I would like to say few comments from Dr. Gayatri and from Dr. Sajini. If I wanted to have some comments, Mr. Anubhav, can you unmute Dr. Gayatri to have a few comments?
Yeah, 1 second. She can, yeah, she is. But before that, just I want to say something. There are many person who send a question. That is the video recording of this session is available. So the video recording is available with YouTube and Facebook. Tomorrow we will post this video link in Dr. Pratik Mishra's Facebook ID and YouTube ID. So you will get from there. So yeah, speak, Dr. Gayatri.
Yeah. Thank you, Pratik.
Okay.
Am I audible? Am I audible to all?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you, Pratik bhai. It was really a wonderful session, right? We should do more and more webinars. I missed you on our first webinar. Yeah. We all spoke in Austria how much we need to work for humankind. We will make it a mark. Yes. I would ask everyone to go through Learning GNM website. It's a wonderful website, and that's the reason to reach many people. We have started the Hindi translation and all with the help of you all. So bye bye. What else you want me to speak, Prateek? What should
Yeah.
I speak?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much for your this thing.
Yeah.
We enjoyed a very good time at Austria.
Austria.
Learning GNM International
Yeah.
Conference, and you.
And we would see Dr. Carolyn, she was with full of energy, running, teaching us. It was really a great experience.
Yeah.
How much she was trying to tell every bit of us, and she was really very helpful lady.
Had some comments from Dr. Sajini about a particular thing that there is a webinar going on in German New Medicine every second Saturday, which is being presented by Dr. Caroline and Alvin De Leon of Canada, and everyone can join that, and the links are available on the WhatsApp groups. So I would like to have some comments from Dr. Sajini from London. She can give some information regarding this and the comments about this presentation.
Yeah, along with you, Dr. Prateek, I'm also welcoming Dr. Sajni. We always talk a lot as we had a good time in Austria. Dr. Sajni, please do speak.
Yeah.
Hello, Dr. Prateek.
Hi.
Hello. Hello to Dr. Varghese and Dr. Gayatri and all the other doctors here.
Dr. Sajini, your video is not coming. Just.
I think I'm not able to actually disable it because it says the host has disabled.
Okay, host, please.
So
sorry.
Yeah, I am sending.
Yeah, it's coming now.
Got it now, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's such a nice initiative. So it's been wonderful to actually be here. It's been, I really commend your efforts, and all the organizers for actually, bringing it together. First thing is, I think GNM is such a vast subject. When I see people asking questions, even when you learn, you have so many doubts about it. You always want to, you want to learn more, and you find something else is there. You actually go from one link to another. And for me, I think the best thing about learning GNM is to actually improve my own health and the health of people in the family. That's to start with. Because during this COVID period, I think, my family, as you would all know, like all of our family members, they would come up with some, conflict or the other. I can just name a few, some of the cases I posted in the groups as well. Like, for example, if you're not able to see your, your loved ones, you can come up with a visual separation conflict. And, my brother had swelling of the, the eyelids. Another person came up with a territorial anger conflict and severe pain in his, stomach area. I had a couple here who was actually staying beside me, who had this loss of smell, loss of taste from not being able to see their loved ones, which can all be experienced very well through, GNM. What I do is actually, when I take the acute case, I literally take this conflict as the ailments from. So that actually helps me a lot. I just take that conflict, whether I get the conflict or not. He's actually, Dr. Hammer has given it very clear cut. I'm sure Sir will be able to add on to this, but I just take that conflict, whether it is a territorial fear, I just take it as ailments from that, or, loss of smell, whatever it is, I just add it onto my, symptomatology, whether it's an acute case. And it's helped me, whether the couple, their symptoms really like reversed from the very next day onwards, they were not eating at all. They were not, wanting to see anybody. It was so severe, they were totally like, this feelings of abandonment. feeling of cut off from the whole society. So these sort of symptoms are so severe. I think GNM is such a boon to actually help us with dealing with all these things which we face in the current time. Talking about quickly talking about the Saturday meetings. They are once every 2 weeks, and as Dr. Prateek said, they're organized by Dr. Caroline and Dr. Alvin from Canada. So they're really, really useful, and it's such a positive space for all of us to be there, because the people who attended, I feel so positive actually, especially around these testing times, to be in this group. And then we get to know a lot about the new conflicts which are coming up on a day-to-day basis. Like we discussed territorial loss conflicts, we discussed territorial fear conflicts to start with. We had separation conflicts, the COVID toes and all those instances. And then the next one which is coming up is the powerless conflict, which is to do with the thyroid-related ailments. So I think for people who are very new to GNM, it will be good to join the GNM groups in India to start with. And for people like us who are in different phases of learning, I think it's really an added boon to be on the groups in the first place, and then on the Saturday meetings. I just love it. Yeah. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I think I shouldn't take too much of your time.
No, it's a good. Thank you, Dr. Sajini.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now I'd like to say hello. Now I'd like to say that I think we have completed almost all things. In future we will have such type of seminars, and it will be more organized, and we can learn from each other. Actually, it's not teaching; it's learning. It's what I'm doing is trying to learning from. Learning together, and to find some solutions for the problems, for the suffering humanity, as Dr. Hammer and Dr. Hanneman and our Guru Dr. Praful Vijaykar wants. So I think I just situate to Dr. Vivek Pandey to give final comments, and I would thank Mr. Anubhav Mishra and Dr. Vivek Pandey to conduct this seminar very smoothly, and few comments from Dr. Vivek Pandey and few comments from Mr. Anubhav Mishra to end up this seminar. Dr. Vivek.
First of all, thank you very much, Dr. Prateek, sir. It was a really very informative session for all of us. Thanks to the Anubhav sir, senior doctors, students, and lovers of homeopathy and GNM. We really appreciate your queries and reviews, and we like to listen from you. And most probably next week we are coming with management of chronic cases through homeopathy and GNM, and we will inform you later about the webinar we are going to conduct. I guess on 15th or 16th of this month in June. We'll inform you later on regarding this webinar. So thank you all for listening us very patiently. I hope you all have got much information regarding homeopathy, basic homeopathy and GNM. So thanks to being with us, and we'll inform you later for the further webinar. Thank you all. Take care of yourself and spread love, homeopathy and GNM. Thank you.
Bye-bye, Prateek.
Bye-bye.